Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
And it does look like the core of Debby will go ashore near Myrtle Beach. Now, as long as it doesn't become a hurricane, and we don't think it will, then it won't have an eye wall. So that doesn't necessarily mean that Myrtle Beach is going to be significantly worse than other areas around South Carolina. But think areas north and northwest of Charleston overnight tonight is where the worst of the weather will be. Take a look at the beaches. I think it shows really the story of what's going on. Notice the sun shining on the western side of the buildings and then the darker clouds offshore. Those are thunderstorms developing over the warmer waters, then wrapping in toward Tropical Storm Debby. Here's another perspective of it. We'll take a look with it's a combination of radar and satellite pictures. There it is. Can you see this spinning? Yeah, it's not real definitive, doesn't have an eye. That's good news. Again, Debby might intensify enough for a few hurricane gusts right on the beaches overnight tonight, north of Charleston up toward Myrtle Beach. There's the circulation center, but we have seen thunderstorms increase during the day near the core. That's why it's beginning to intensify some. And of greater concern, and this is really part of the forecast, notice more lightning is developing. Yeah, we'll zoom in here. More lightning and persistent heavy rains developing actually inland now. So what's happening is the winds are increasing out of the northeast to east. They're blowing into the uplands area where the hills are, not quite into the Appalachians, but you go from near Columbia to Charlotte, and that's their concern, is that as winds start hitting the we'll call them the uplands away from the coastal lowlands, then those rains will be enhanced or increased because of the winds beginning to rise. We call it orographic lifting. Here's another look. The nearest tornado watch a long way off from us. That's basically north of Myrtle Beach and then through North Carolina. But maybe you just care about what's happening here. There you see the spiraling nature. And we showed you the darker clouds offshore. So the showers, they're still coming over us, but they really intensify over the warmer waters and then wrap in toward the, again, intensifying Debby. But we do have some lightning out there. The farther to the north you are, the higher the risk that a shower this evening could briefly become a thunderstorm. We have some thunderstorms over Camden County right now. For the rest of us, we'll just have brief passing showers, and they will tend to diminish once the sun does set. Now, this is a computer model. Notice what happens as we go from tonight through tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning, the core is about there, but notice where the heavier rains are swinging in to Columbia, to Charlotte, and then farther to the north toward Raleigh. So for those of you traveling, again, don't think just I-95. Think maybe all the way up toward Interstate 26 up there. Whereas down south, as it heads to the north, then we have a decrease in clouds and thus a nice bright day. But folks, we're in the tropical air, so that 96 may feel like 108. It could be that we call tomorrow a weather impact day, and it could be the health department puts out an issue because of concerns with heat. Bottom line, it's going to be hot and humid, folks. Even out around the beaches because we'll have a land breeze. Notice what's happened, though. Here's a little bit of good news. The surf temperature and the river temperature have dropped. Remember, the lower the temperature in the water, the less energy for the next storm, although I suspect those water temperatures will be coming up. We will see thunderstorms increase, some on Friday, more on Saturday. Can't rule out some for the beginning of the game. Of course, I'm talking about preseason. And then we're going to have a decent amount of thunderstorms around the area, again, later in the afternoons, Sunday and Monday.
Tim, thank you.